Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 344, Too Fast, Too Furious. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hey, bro, what's up?
Not much, cuz. What's up with you? Oh, I feel bad about that. I did not mean to do that. I feel really bad about that. Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord.
Oof.
Ooh.
That didn't bother me.
Alright.
In the movie, I mean.
No, yeah.
It bothered me when I did it just now.
Understand.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get into things.
Yes.
I have a prepared statement that I'd like to read.
Okay, please do. Oh, no.
The morning after we recorded our review of The Fast and the Furious, my car died. I would like to offer up a prayer of apology to the diesel deities, the race rulers of Motor Mount Olympus. If I said anything that offended thee, I am truly and humbly sorry. Please spare me and my vehicle from further acts of righteous vengeance, and bless me with your holy and divine forgiveness. Amen.
All right.
Because it just felt karmic.
I can see a karmic.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
We spent a lot of the episode talking about how we just don't know anything about cars, and then mine just happens to die.
Yeah.
It's not been fun.
No, yeah.
And I feel that the timing of that and us deciding to do this series just felt like just the spirit of Vin Diesel just slapping me down.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Since I picked this series to watch, I do feel like a little bit like it's my fault.
No, I mean, I sort of suggested that we should do the franchise.
That's true, you did, in a separate conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, I hope that works for you.
I hope so, too.
I, of course, believe in nothing. So, have no such prayers to make.
Well, I used to believe in nothing, and
Now you believe in the car gods.
yes.
The diesel deities.
Yep.
All right. That's really something, Eric.
Hey, cute.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Shifting gears.
Bruh.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Is this supposed to be one of the good ones, or is it supposed to be one of the bad ones?
I mean, I don't know for sure. I can only tell you what my opinion of it is.
Okay.
And this movie fucking rules.
I loved this movie. It's dumb as shit, but I loved it.
I think, technically, probably worse than the first movie.
Probably.
But I love it so much more.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you why I love this movie.
Okay.
Tyrese.
All right.
What I think the first movie is missing is a
charismatic person.
Well, yes, okay, there's that, but a likable wild card,
All right.
a Charlie Kelly, if you will.
Sure.
Like the first movie has a wild card, and it's that white supremacist guy. He's not likable.
He is not.
No. So here we get Tyrese as Romeo something.
Roman Pierce.
Roman, thank you.
Learn.
I'm sorry.
Learn his name.
I'm sorry. I know I'm going to need to know it for 10
Yes,
more
you
movies. Roman Pierce. Delightful. Just wonderful.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he is, much like Paul Walker, also a terrible actor.
I didn't think he was too terrible.
He's, comparatively, comes off way better.
Well, yeah, maybe that's what it is you put him next to Paul Walker.
Yeah. Who, I think, between the first and the second movie, got worse.
I think he did. So, okay. So here's what I read.
Okay.
I read a little bit about it. This movie was directed by John Singleton.
Yes.
Who was a big fan of the first one, and was excited to direct this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that he encouraged the actors to improvise.
Okay.
And during some of the scenes, there wasn't really much of a script to follow. It was just improvised. And I think Tyrese excels there.
Sure.
And I think Paul Walker needs someone to write words down for him. I think that's where the disparity lies between their two performances.
Okay, all right. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Because numerous times while watching the movie and Paul Walker was delivering words, I guess.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking, these are words on paper that I am saying. But apparently there were no words on paper.
I mean, there were some words on paper. and maybe, I think he's at his most charming during the driving sequences.
Yes.
There's a lot of driving sequences where it's just a person in a car talking to themselves. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it works better here than maybe it did in the first one. Maybe because they were ad-libbing. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because why would you write dialogue for someone just sitting in a car talking to themselves? Unless it's important to the plot.
Right. I think that's another thing that this movie has going for it, is that all the driving scenes in it are 200% much better.
Yes.
Than the first one.
Yeah.
Like they were exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I felt tense at times during the races. Felt like there were actual stakes occasionally.
Yeah.
Even at one point, life and death stakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the weird Giovanni Ribisi type character from the first one.
Oh yeah.
Whose
I don't remember his name.
Name I've already forgotten.
Yeah, we'll probably. I don't know if we ever see him again.
He's dead. So
did he die?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He did die.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay. So we probably won't see him again.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing him up. Is
Okay.
I think he's the only person in that movie that dies, but
yeah,
even that happens right at the end.
Yeah,
and it sort of leaves that whole movie feeling like there's absolutely no stakes to anything.
Right.
Whereas with this one, it felt like, plot-wise, like things actually mattered.
Yeah.
And even though I think there's only one death in this movie that we actually see,
right.
Even that felt like, a lot more impactful. Like, oh shit, things just got real.
Yeah, the thing that the first movie doesn't really touch on that the second movie does is that driving is dangerous.
Yeah.
No one, for cars that are going 140 miles an hour on residential and city streets, no one is ever in any real danger, it feels like, in the first one. And in this one, we got cars weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
On the freeway, and the one person that we see die gets trapped under a semi and then run over.
Right.
Which I lost my mind at that.
Yeah, you did.
It was amazing. But also, it was an escalation. It was the first time that we had seen anything like that. And so that was exciting.
Because now that you mention it, I feel like in the first one, all the driving scenes were just amongst the racers.
Yeah.
We never see them in, the public.
Right.
And here we see them driving on busy highways and actual city streets, except for when they physically close the roads.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the most dangerous driving sequence in the first movie is probably the one where the trucker is trying to kill them.
Right.
And even then, the driving is not the scary part.
Not really.
And
Yeah.
it's not even that scary, really.
And again, like, they're the only cars on the road.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's no danger to the greater public, whereas, you know, in this one, they kind of showed that.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of that is maybe they had a bigger budget for this one than they did for the first one, because the first one had proven to be such a hit
Right.
that they knew they could invest in it a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, usually with sequels, you do escalate. And,
Yeah.
And, so yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I was going to say they didn't really get any bigger names. I guess Tyrese was...
Was he?
I don't know.
I don't know if he was a star before this.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a star now.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's one of those guys that people keep trying to make a thing.
Yeah.
And it just never fully pays off.
Yeah.
But he's like enough of a thing that we just kind of know who he is.
Yeah, I guess he had been in other John Singleton projects before, so that's why he's in this.
Yeah. Have you seen any other John Singleton movies?
I know that I saw Shaft.
Okay.
And I don't remember anything about it. Like, apparently Christian Bale is the villain of that movie, and I have no memory of that.
Yep. Toni Collette, I believe, is also in that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Toni Collette.
Yeah, she's great.
I don't know that I've seen any other, unless there's probably something that I've seen that I'm not thinking of.
I mean, I was just looking at his filmography before we jumped in here, and he did not direct a ton. He died early. He died young a couple of years ago. But you know, he did a bunch of TV for a little bit, but feature film wise, a handful, like 6-7 movies maybe.
Oh wow, okay.
But his first big one is Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
Which I have seen probably 2.5 decades ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember much of. I saw Shaft, which I remember that Christian Bale is the villain, and I'm not big on remembering like lines of dialogue from movies. Like I have a friend who constantly like tries to quote movies at me, and I'm just
sure.
Yeah. But of the handful of quotable things that I've always remembered, one of them is from Shaft.
Oh wow, what is it? Shut your mouth.
That's from the theme song.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It is when Samuel L. Jackson is speaking to, I guess, the love interest in the movie or some random woman.
Sure.
Who knows? I can't recall.
Oh boy, this should go well.
But he says, "It is my duty to please that booty."
That's spectacular. When's Samuel L. Jackson going to be in a Fast and Furious movie?
I am shocked that he hasn't been. Probably Marvel's got him tied up.
Probably.
Fucking Marvel. I say as I'm wearing a Marvel t-shirt.
They don't have you tied up.
Nope.
You're just a fan.
Yeah. And barely at that.
Right.
I don't think I've seen the last 2 movies that came out, and maybe the last 2 television programs. I did watch the first episode of Echo yesterday.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was really good.
Nice.
Don't read any spoilers for it.
No, I didn't plan to.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that they're not all over anywhere.
All right.
But it's good. Go into it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anywho's. And I also don't read any Marvel books.
Yeah.
At all.
Anyway, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Too good.
It is too good. It doesn't deserve to be.
No, it's yeah, I mean it's so stupid.
It is.
It's so dumb.
It's yeah, like
Paul Walker and Tyrese are the Suicide Squad.
So essentially.
And they get pressed into service to help Customs bring down a smuggler, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think I mean, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, but what was he, like, he was smuggling cash? I'm confused about what his crimes were.
Yeah.
Other than he's an asshole.
I mean, yeah, he's rich, clearly.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's enough.
Yeah.
Eat him.
Very true, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they probably explained it during that exposition scene.
Probably.
But,
my eyes rolled back in my head.
Yeah. But I guess, I don't know, it probably didn't help that we watched the 6-minute prequel to this just before we watched the movie, and so I had that on my mind.
That's true. There was a lot to process there. We do need to talk about
Turbocharged.
Full Throttle, no, Turbocharged, thank you. Hot Pursuit? I can't remember what it's called.
It is called Turbocharged. You can watch it readily on YouTube.
Right.
It is the bridge between The Fast and the Furious and Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
Following Paul Walker's character, Brian, as he evades the law?
I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, and drives cross-country.
Yeah.
And races.
Sure.
The end.
Yep, pretty much.
So, when we were watching that,
Yeah.
there is a woman who appears a few times.
Yes.
That seems like maybe there's some sort of flirtation between her and Brian.
Yeah.
That actress's name is Minka Kelly.
Okay.
She was on Friday Night Lights, and she was also Dove on Titans.
Okay. I've heard the name.
Yeah. And we saw her, and I was like, oh, hey, she's going to be in the next movie. That's cool. Nope. Just in that's so weird.
Well, neither of those things had happened yet, right?
No, that's true.
Friday Night Lights or...
Yeah, but I thought, like, oh, maybe this is, like, her first, like, her big thing.
Right.
And then she didn't make it as a movie actress, so she went to TV.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope.
No. Yeah.
Nope, she's just dialogueless in this weird 6-minute prequel thing.
Which I'm still not entirely convinced is official.
The way that it was shot, and the fact that there is no dialogue or anything of interest, like, it felt like I wouldn't have been surprised if it had all been footage that was in Too Fast, Too Furious, like at the beginning, and just like they repurposed it for something.
Yeah, but it was directed by somebody else.
It was,
so,
that's
yeah.
true.
And yeah, I thought maybe it was just Paul Walker was just he just wanted to make a fan film.
Yeah.
Just
well, bravo.
He loved his character so much and felt that the fans needed to know how he got from LA to Miami.
It is an essential chapter in the Fast saga. I would have been terribly confused.
Sure.
I also saw under goofs for this movie for Too Fast, Too Furious. It mentions all of the TV coverage of fugitive cop Brian O'Connor that's shown in Turbocharged, and wouldn't everyone in Miami, including our mob boss or whatever, have seen all of that?
Right.
Maybe he just doesn't watch TV.
I mean, he's busy doing crime stuff.
He's an importer-exporter.
Yeah.
Like Art Vandelay. Maybe he's a latex salesman. I don't know. Illegal latex to Cuba. Oh boy. Yeah, this movie rests almost entirely on Tyrese's shoulders, and he carries it.
Yeah, he
And
does
it's
a good
wonderful.
job. I can definitely see why they brought him back eventually.
Yeah. I also did enjoy Ludacris.
Yeah, he was
as-
good too.
as Tej.
Yeah. I liked looking at Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
She is pretty.
She's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Also doesn't really have much to do in this.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, 2 for 2 on just not doing much for women.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that Suki character had
Honestly, yeah.
more personality than Eva Mendes did.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of wanted to see more of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cool. She
Yeah.
drove a car.
She did drive a car. She was an artist.
Yeah, she
That
had a
was cool.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was into her. I don't think she comes back.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but I think that actress just kind of has retired.
Okay.
Yeah. She's been in a couple things. She was in Sin City, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Playing Deadly Little Miho.
All right. If you say so. Vaguely racist. Frank Miller.
Yeah, talk to Frank Miller.
I will. I'm talking to him right now, Frank. No, I'm sure she's, just living large off the Too Fast, Too Furious royalties.
I'm sure. I think also her family is very wealthy. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She did her little Hollywood thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I just,
I don't even, there's not even really that much to talk about.
yeah, not really.
The plot is so simple.
Yeah,
There's so much driving, which is awesome.
for sure. Yeah.
Because all of those sequences, as you said, are great.
Yeah.
And look way better than they did in the first one.
So what happens when you get a good director to do something?
That's true. Weird.
Even with just a dumb piece of shit movie like this, he can spin it into gold.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, you're saying Tyrese carries it, but also John Singleton too.
Absolutely.
If
Yeah.
this had been directed by Rob Cohen, I believe was
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would just be terrible, and maybe in a good way, but and it is kind of terrible,
Yeah.
but it's amazing.
I feel like, too, we get a lot more multiculturalism
Yeah.
in this one than we did in the first one.
Probably helps when you have
Helps with Miami and
having a black director.
having a black director.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really just highlights how white Paul Walker is.
I mean,
He is such a cop.
he himself as an actor is not helping that whatsoever,
Yes, it's true.
because he is just cardboard. like even scenes where he's walking,
Yeah.
and his name is Walker,
Yeah.
and he can't do it right.
Yeah, like his the way that his shoulders move
Yep.
when he walks is weird. He looks like he was injured somehow.
I mean, maybe he was. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know, yeah.
But yeah, there was a part where you said out loud, there's just nothing in his eyes.
Yeah. It was when he was driving.
Yeah.
It was at the beginning of the first race sequence. I was looking for pathos in the character. I have had to leave behind everything that I knew.
Right.
I threw it all away for Dom Toretto. What is my life? There's nothing left. But no, that's just his expression.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, now that you bring that up, none of that is even of consequence.
Yeah.
Even when he gets caught by the police and then re-recruited
Yeah.
into this.
Again, Suicide Squad style.
Yeah. It just doesn't even register in him.
Yeah.
Like any kind of emotionality.
Yeah, he doesn't get mad. He doesn't get frustrated even a little bit.
Nope.
When it seems like he should. He really does come alive during the driving sequences. It seems like he is actually having some fun.
Right.
But otherwise,
Probably because Paul Walker himself,
yes.
liked to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise there's nothing. Why do I care about Brian O'Connor?
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, just blank slate.
Uh-huh.
But not even one that you can, like, reflect yourself into.
Yeah.
It's just, he's nothing.
Yeah.
He's a void.
I think I pointed this out when we were watching it. Like, there's a sequence when Brian and Roman, not Romeo, go to Tej's garage for the first time, and like Brian introduces Roman to everybody, and they're looking at art that is it Suki?
Yeah.
That Suki does. I was making sure I wasn't just plucking a. Oh God. And they're looking at art that she has done for her next car, and they're all talking about what a great artist she is, and Brian is just like, yeah, she's the best. Just nothing.
Yep. I mean, that is pretty much his standard delivery through the whole movie.
How do you like them apples?
Bro.
Applesauce, bitch.
Like even the two muscle car, goons, like, have way more personality than he does.
Were those people? Like, was one of them Joe Piscopo? Like, I feel like they were people I should have recognized. I don't know, though.
I don't think so.
The guy that they kept calling Fonz looked vaguely like Joe Piscopo to me.
I can see that, but no, I don't think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a Starsky and Hutch scenario where Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller meet the original Starsky and Hutch. Like, those guys weren't the original Too Fast, Too Furious guys. It was just weird. They got a lot of screen time.
They did. I did like that the nickname everybody had for Brian was Bullet.
I liked that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also seems to imply that they all know he's a cop.
Right. Yeah.
Ex-cop, I guess.
Yeah.
Fugitive cop?
Yes.
Maybe they'd watched the news.
Maybe you just told them. Like, this is just easier.
Yeah.
Oh, Bullet always makes me think of a line from Zodiac.
Okay.
Because Dave Toschi, the Mark Ruffalo's character, they modeled Bullet after loosely, and there's one part where Paul Avery's like, "Hey, Bullet, you gonna catch this fucking guy or what?" Like, I don't know why that runs through my head every now and then.
Yeah.
And then Mark Ruffalo attacks him, and it's great. Anyway.
Yeah, no.
Asides.
That's fine.
I love Zodiac.
I know you do. I'm still interested in rewatching it at some point.
Okay. Got that in my back pocket.
Alright. We got 9 more of these or so.
Okay.
10 more of these.
25 more of these.
I always, because we watched Bullet for Gutter Trash. Because I'd never seen it. I'd heard it was a great movie with good car sequences, seemingly related.
Yeah.
The only thing that I remember about that movie is that there is sort of a real-time scene of what a fax machine in 1968 was like.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
No? Oh, I kind of love that.
Because it's slow. The movie grinds to a halt to show us this new technology.
I love that. I love it. There's a sequence in Zodiac where the police departments are trying to coordinate and share evidence with each other. And Anthony Edwards is like, "Well, telefax it to you." And the guy at the other line, I think it's Elias Koteas, is like, "We don't have a telefax." How many more Zodiac asides can I fit into this episode?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Okay. I mean, the cops in that movie are about as useful as the cops in this movie.
Oh, you're right.
Can't catch anyone.
It's true. I did. So the part where they have the Brian and Roman and their sidekicks that work for the smuggler cornered in the warehouse, and then all of the cars come pouring out of the warehouse.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
It was great.
That was so good. What a caper.
That whole sort of climactic ending scene of the cops chasing after them
like
after
the last 20-25 minutes of the movie,
yeah,
basically.
I don't know, I guess I was expecting a heist of some sort, but it basically boiled down to two Cubans beating the shit out of a wall with sledgehammers,
right. Which, awesome.
Sure.
I love shit hidden in walls.
I mean, who hasn't thought about just taking a sledgehammer to a wall before, too, right?
Yeah.
I rent, so I can't do that. But,
you could. I mean, it would raise some questions.
Yeah, it would. Who knows what the past tenants left here?
That's true. All right. We'll talk off air.
All right. And yeah, so then that leads to them, on this police chase, and the entire time I kept thinking Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I can see that
because there are just so many cops chasing after them and crashing, and it's great. This movie is just so stupid, but it's a lot of fun.
It's so fun.
And it is, it's so much better than the first one.
Yeah. I'm still really proud of myself for recognizing the actor from Batman Begins who played Detective Flass.
Mark Boone Jr.?
There you go. Okay, sure. I didn't know he had a name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really proud of myself for recognizing him by the back of his head. In this movie, and then when he eventually shows up on screen, I was so excited.
When they showed the back of his head, I thought it was Ron Jeremy.
I could see that too. Yeah. Similar.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess I could see Mark Boone Jr. playing Ron Jeremy in a biopic.
Oh, wow. Get on that, Hollywood.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
You love using Mark Boone Jr.
Yeah.
He was in, I think, Memento and so. Batman Begins.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, fresh off of Oppenheimer, why not another biopic?
Right.
Yeah.
As long as we never get Tenet 2.
Was he going to do a Tenet 2?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I just hate that movie so much.
I never saw that one.
It's not good.
Is it a palindrome?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard about it? Okay. That's interesting, I guess. Maybe. Is it a big swing failure, at least? That's interesting to look at? No, okay. Yeah. That's too bad. So not as good as Too Fast, Too Furious.
Definitely not. I don't think Christopher Nolan would be able in 1,000 years to make a Too Fast, Too Furious.
That'd be interesting to see, though.
Like, yes.
What would that look like?
Boring. Boring and overbloated.
Overbloated?
Yep.
Not just regular bloated.
Yep.
Like the guy in Monty Python that explodes.
Right. and this is me saying this having seen the later Fast and the Furious movies. Which are textbook examples of overbloating.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of those, I didn't realize before this movie that the franchise just becomes a cartoon so fast. But the ejector seat in this movie was awesome.
Yes.
I loved it. And also totally a cartoon.
Uh-huh.
Like when he was, they're sort of building up to it, I was like, they're not going to do an ejector seat, are they? Like, is he going to get blown into the air? And it wasn't exactly like that.
No,
it was like a side ejector seat.
It's still...
It was awesome.
For being an ejector seat in a fast-moving muscle car,
yeah,
it's still relatively low-key.
Yeah, it's true. And I guess, did Ludacris design that? Or was it the other guy that does all the tech stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, the random Asian who had no name.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember what his name was. I think he did have a name.
Jimmy, maybe?
It might have been Jimmy, yeah.
I don't know. I think it was Brian who came up with it.
Yeah.
Because he had asked him to install half-empty nitrous tanks.
Yeah. But I can't imagine Brian being like, I drew up schematics for this ejector seat.
Oh, no.
He's like an Elon Musk, like, I've got an idea for an ejector seat. You figure out how this works.
Right, yeah. He's not smart enough.
No, definitely not. I do think Brian is smarter than Elon Musk, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Current Paul Walker is smarter than Elon Musk.
Oof.
I know. I know. I said it, and I meant it. Oh, man. Yeah, this movie ruled.
It really did.
All it needed was Minka Kelly. Like, I was wondering, how's she going to get to Miami? She's in New Mexico or whatever. Where's she even going? No. Actually, I saw, because I looked up trivia about Turbocharged as well.
All right.
And one of the user reviews on IMDb is, bring Minka Kelly back. She should be in F11 or F12.
I mean, these movies do kind of pluck random characters to bring back when you least expect it. So, who knows?
Let's do it. Did James No, I don't want to know if James Remar comes back. No spoilers.
No spoilers. I've seen the other ones, as I've said, but I remember very little about them. So
I did read that in the original version of the script, James Remar's character was in cahoots with the villain,
the Crime Lord.
Yeah, which I got that vibe.
You're right.
Earlier in the movie, but then it didn't make any sense.
Nope.
So why didn't they do it?
Probably because I feel like that's, up until this point, all James Remar ever did was be the sort of twisted, the antagonistic good guy who turns bad.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. It is refreshing to have him just be like
just a dick good guy.
A dick good guy who comes to respect our rough and tumble heroes. Them Duke boys.
That was a good call on your part, by the way.
Oh, how did that happen? Yeah, towards the end of the movie, I made a Dukes of Hazzard joke about Paul Walker and Tyrese, and then they reference the Dukes of Hazzard, and then a car flies onto a boat.
Yep.
Brilliant.
I enjoyed, and there's very little of this thing, especially in the future chapters of this franchise, that when they landed on the boat, they were clearly injured.
Yes.
And in pain.
Yeah, Tyrese has a broken arm. Paul Walker clearly concussed.
Yeah. But, I mean, to be fair, that could just be Paul Walker.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Nothing in the eyes.
Yep. But, yeah, I enjoyed the fact that they landed and they were just in shock about what they had just done.
Yeah. That was awesome.
It was. I like that. And in future installments, everybody just becomes invincible, and nobody gets pain inflicted upon them anymore.
Nothing hurts Vin Diesel.
No, of course not.
He would lift that car.
Yep.
And throw it onto a boat.
Oh, speaking of that,
yeah,
are car tasers a real thing?
No.
Okay.
They are not. Also in the IMDb trivia is that those things are not real. They were just made up for the movie.
Okay, I like it.
To add tension.
Yeah. I mean, it worked.
It did.
The scene where Paul Walker is hanging out the side of the car trying to pull it off of it I was kind of, just come
That was
on, you
great.
can do it, yeah.
That was great, yeah.
And then he just, much like Vin Diesel would hurl a car,
Yeah.
hurled it at one of the cop cars.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It was. A couple of weeks ago, just slightly related to Eva Mendes.
Okay. Were you watching Ghost Rider?
Yes.
Okay. Were you really?
Yes.
What? The other Eva Mendes movie I could think of? I'm sorry, please continue.
It was on TV. And I got lazy and I didn't feel like changing the channel or going to Roku to look for anything. And I just left it on.
Alright.
And yeah, it was just on broadcast TV and I watched the whole goddamn thing.
How was it?
It's a terrible fucking movie. I had seen it in the theater, when it played at the Dollar Theater.
Oh, wow, okay.
And hated it then, and it's still fucking awful. But, it was just sort of a weird confluence of things where Ghost Rider had been on my mind lately.
Yeah.
Just randomly. And the fact that this came on, and so, the next day I was like, I should give Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance a shot.
Oh, boy.
Because I had thought that I watched 15 minutes of that movie and turned it off because it was so bad.
Okay.
And so I was like, I should give it another shot. I did turn it off early. Who knows, and I found it streaming on the CW app.
Oh, man. Okay.
Of all places.
Yeah.
With commercials, obviously.
Naturally.
And first of all, I apparently, when I did give it a first shot, I had watched the majority of that movie.
I was going to say, you watched the whole thing, didn't you?
Because I distinctly remembered a scene where, the bad guy, gets transformed into, this monster that rots things.
Okay.
That doesn't happen until, 3/4 of the way through the movie.
All right.
I was like, fuck, I watched the shit out of this movie, apparently. So I managed to watch the whole goddamn thing. Eva Mendes is not in the second one.
Right.
But when I finished it, I was just like, somehow, simultaneously, this movie is both worse and better than the first one.
Interesting.
And I kind of feel that way about Too Fast, Too Furious.
Okay.
But it edges out the first one.
Yeah.
Just, like you said, based on the strengths of Tyrese and John Singleton.
Yeah, definitely.
Just everything I think I wanted from the first movie, this one just did it better.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like if John Singleton had directed the first one, it probably would have been a much better movie.
Absolutely.
It would have been interesting to see what he would have done with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, or Mario Lopez. I was trying to fan cast this movie with other Saved by the Bell actors.
Well, James Remar, his character would have been Mr. Belding.
Obviously. Yeah. That's about as far as I got. I can't name any of the people from Saved by the Bell, the new class. Or the college years.
I was just flipping through TV the other day and Saved by the Bell was on, and all I could think about was you telling me that. Just broke my brain even further.
Oof.
I don't think you even really need to watch the first movie in order to enjoy this one.
Definitely not. I mean, there's a little bit of, I guess, sort of explanation.
A little bit,
for why Brian does what he does.
Yeah.
In the first one that you get in this one, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, just skip to this one, I guess.
Yeah, except for the fact that, there's 9 other movies that follow this that all
have Dom in them.
Yeah,
you need to know who Dom is. Okay, fine.
If that wasn't the case,
Right.
if they had ended this at 3 movies, then yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Okay, Mark Paul Gosselaar as Brian. Bear with me here.
Okay.
For Roman,
Uh-huh.
Jaleel White.
Okay.
That's Steve Urkel, folks.
Yeah.
That's as far as I got.
Okay.
Because he goes to a new city, meets the cast of another show, so maybe the actress who was
Okay.
Laura Winslow is
All right.
David Mendez, and we get Reginald Bill Johnson in there somewhere.
Oh, he'd be the FBI agent.
Yes.
That guy was great.
He is great.
He
was delightful.
I didn't think much of him in the first movie, but he was fantastic in this.
He's having a good time.
He really is. It's his day off.
Oh, man. Yeah, this movie's awesome.
Yeah. You did sort of ask earlier if this one was supposed to be one of the good ones or one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
And I feel like I did read somebody somewhere recently, Blue Sky or something, say that they sort of relate the Fast and the Furious movies to the Star Treks, in which the odd number ones are the best ones. But I don't buy that.
Oh, in Star Trek?
Or
in Fast and Furious?
Fast and Furious.
Okay.
Yeah.
The odd numbered ones.
Yeah.
So because this is an even numbered one.
Yeah.
So this is the odd numbered
so
ones are the good
this
ones
one
or
would
the bad ones.
The odd number ones would be the good ones.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, we'll see Tokyo Drift.
I guess so. I actually have heard that it's good, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious about it.
I'm curious, especially obviously since we're doing this.
Obviously, yeah. I don't care at all, but I'll watch it.
Right. Like leading up from last week to today, I was super excited about watching this one.
Yeah.
Not so much excited to watch Tokyo Drift.
Interesting.
But
yeah.
like I said, I've heard it's good, and there is a character in it that becomes a major part of the franchise.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So I know you've had some car troubles this past week.
I have.
But is there anything that is making you happy in spite of the car troubles?
Jesus, that's been a huge part. Lord. I'm trying to think of I've read anything. Just anything that I can grasp onto. I don't know if it's the thing that's making me happy, but it's a recommendation that I can give. A
Sure.
book, comic that I've been keeping up with that I really enjoyed, and the new issue just came out this past week. Matt Kent and Wilfredo Torres, subgenre.
Okay.
It is really, really good.
Nice.
Did you ever read Bang?
I did. I was going to ask if it's in the Bangiverse.
Yes and no.
Okay.
It is like a cousin to it.
Okay.
Very, very similar vibes. A little more out there. I feel like even in this issue there was a slight sort of nod to it. Hey, look at that.
Gotcha.
Similar vibes, but not directly related.
Okay.
But really, really good.
Nice.
I've really been enjoying that.
I do like Wilfredo Torres a lot.
He's pretty great.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed Bang.
Yeah, Bang was amazing. I read that a couple of years ago, and I don't think I expected much from it.
Yeah,
and it was great.
Yeah, I remember when that series was announced. They kept Matt Kent's name redacted in the press release for it, or in the press release and the preview image for it. But the image that came through was a PDF, and and so I was able to highlight the text under the redaction and learn that it was Matt Kint immediately.
Huh.
So, like, that was a bit of a snafu on Dark Horse PR's fault part there.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do it?
Why would they redact the co-creator of the book from the press release?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was dumb.
Alright.
It was like one of those, just a silly marketing thing. Like, we're not going to tell you who's writing this comic.
Okay, that's weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, Torres' name was on it, right?
Yeah, everybody else's name, but
his. All right.
Yeah,
weird.
It was weird, and then I learned it immediately, and we reported it immediately.
As you should. Good journalism.
We let them know we were going to do it.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Like, hey, you guys screwed up here. We're going to run this.
They didn't try to stop you?
No.
They got better things to do.
Probably.
Yeah. What about you, sir?
Oh, God, I don't know. I got a box of Superpowers figures in the mail.
Again?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
These things are just, they seem to just be coming nonstop.
They really do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet not in stores anywhere.
Hey, occasionally they show up at GameStop. I guess.
Yeah. What's in this wave?
This one, actually, was this week or last week? I don't remember, but I'm still happy about it.
All right.
This wave has Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and Sinestro. Yeah, I know. Sinestro, which I was really excited about. And then the Batman of Zur-En-Ar.
Ooh.
Justice Lord, Superman.
Okay.
And then gold versions of Batman and the Flash.
Nice.
So yeah, just a set of 6 figures. I just like getting Superpowers figures. That makes me happy.
That's good. That's all you need sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had forgotten they were coming, so it was a nice little surprise. So yeah, I think that's probably the thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I stand behind that.
Thank you. I appreciate your supports.
Yeah, I had a good mail day today too.
Yeah.
I got some books from Amazon and then a DVD from Hamilton Books.
Okay.
Which somehow I wound up on their mailing list, and I just happened to get one of their emails and was scrolling through and saw a movie that I'd been looking to buy for quite a while. They had it for half the price that you can find it in normal places.
Nice.
Buy.
That's awesome.
And then my car died 2 days later.
Not related.
Not related.
Correlation does not equal causation. There's one thing I learned in, I forget what class it was in college. Maybe a psychology class?
Alright.
I think it was a psychology class.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you'd have to be crazy to miss next week's episode where we're going to watch The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
In which apparently cars go sideways?
I guess?
I don't know.
I felt like at some point when that movie came out, there was some explanation of what a Tokyo Drift was.
Yeah.
Because I recall there being... Another thing about this movie that I found kind of hilarious was just as the end credits start, there is a PSA of sorts.
Oh yeah, about how all the driving sequences are dangerous.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny too.
It's pretty great.
But also, they didn't need that on the first one because the driving sequences weren't fucking dangerous.
But I do feel like I remember when the first one came out, it started this craze of people doing street racing.
Oh, jeez.
And I feel like that was, a direct correlation to them putting that blurb on the credits to this one.
Gotcha.
Which I also think it's kind of funny they waited until the end of the movie to do.
Right. Well, you don't want to do it right up top. That's a drag.
It is kind of a bummer, yeah. But I feel like I remember when the third movie came out, there was like a news story about, kids trying the Tokyo Drift.
Amazing.
So I guess we'll find out for sure what it is next week.
I hope so. I hope we get a how-to tutorial.
I want a really long explanation.
Oh boy. Alright, Tokyo Drift next week. And until then, keep living life a quarter mile at a time. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our websites view.guttertrash.net or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.